This question just hit my inbox 5 minutes ago. It says, who has the best first touch, Riyad Mahrez or Lionel Messi? Riyad Mahrez, I call this brother the ball whisperer. Listen, every ball that comes to this guy is so perfect. It's like he somehow calls onto the ball. Now we can't take his positioning on the field for granted. His ability to isolate himself, to receive the ball perfectly all the time, says something about the way he sees the game. But unfortunately, he doesn't make my top three. Okay, let me start in my number three position. I have Zinedine Zidane, and if you have seen Zidane's take, most of the time it doesn't look clean and doesn't come out perfect most of the time. Why? Because Zidane's first touch is always a combo of something, which means he doesn't take the ball in isolation. Like you get Riyad Mahrez, a long pass comes to him, and then the first touch goes into space, then he can do something else. Now, I'm not saying I haven't seen a Riyad Mahrez touch that did other combinations, but 90% of Riyad Mahrez first touch, the ball comes in isolation where he's maybe 5 meters away from the defender or 10 meters away from the defender, gets a perfect first touch before he does something else. Zidane, though, every touch of Zinedine Zidane looks like it's a combination of something, which means the ball is coming, he takes it with the left. That very moment the ball is in the air, the right foot is doing something with the ball. It's like his body language is always jerking up and down, wanting to do something with the ball. So yes, pardon Zidane if the touches doesn't look clean sometimes, and then we have seen Zinedine Zidane when he has a perfect touch, you can do jack with it. When Zidane has a perfect touch, you can see this is a touch. But most of the time, Zidane's first touch doesn't look like extremely perfect because it is always a combination move. You can go to YouTube, you understand what I'm talking about. Zidane's touch always comes with something like he has the ball on a string. So immediately he receives the ball, he's in another motion trying to do something else with the ball. So yes, his touch sometimes looks patchy, but they are complicated and they are complex. Reason why I put him in my three position. In my number two position, I have Dennis Beckham. This man, I don't care if you make him number one, I have no problem with it. This is the only guy who has the ability to take the most complicated ball, make it look easy, and then apply the most difficult technique when taking the ball. If you have seen Dennis Beckham's first touches, no one can mimic it. His first touches are so complicated and multi-layered. No one, I don't think himself, he can recreate some of his first touches. The technique application is so difficult, but somehow he keeps pulling difficult technique application in first touches all the time. Which means even though he can't replicate it, somehow the pictures he paints in his mind is engraved in his system. Somehow he's going to pull a complicated touch, something no one in the world has the ability. And where he receives the ball is another thing. So yes, in my number two position, I have Dennis Beckham. And then my number one, I have Leo Messi. He has been so good and perfect with everything. There are times in other topics we need to isolate him like he's not there just to fit in other people. When was the last time you saw Lionel Messi have a bad first touch? And this is why I have Lionel Messi number one. There is nowhere on the field you can give a Lionel Messi a pass and he's not going to take it perfectly. There is nowhere on the field. Unlike Riyad Mahrez, 90% of his touches come from the right hand side of the field in isolation. Not Leo Messi. You can give him the ball in the midst of four people and he will take the ball dead in the midst of four people, which means the level of difficulty in his first touches are so complicated. The surrounding doesn't even allow him to be flashy, but somehow he survives taking the ball in those environments. So it's not about the flamboyancy of Lionel Messi's take. It's about where he receives the ball. You cannot pass Riyad Mahrez the ball in certain areas. You are not sure he can even take them. Even though he's one of the best first touch guys around, you can't pass him the ball in front of the 18 box with 4 or 5 players and you think he can take it. He doesn't do that a lot. Lionel Messi, though, that area is where he functions. Knock the ball here, receives it here, knock it there, receives it there. And he's just in front of that little 18 box where there are 6, 7 players. That is where he operates. Do you know the level of skill the softness you have to apply in the muscles in your bones, your sense of positioning, the angles you need to take just to be comfortable in those areas to receive the ball. So yes, I have Lionel Messi number one. Strangely, I don't remember the last time I saw Lionel Messi have a bad first touch. And this man has a lot of football in him. Like he has played a lot of football, but somehow you barely get him have a wrong first touch. Like I said, Lionel Messi, Dennis Beckham, anyone is number one to me. And Dennis Beckham, I'm not mad if someone thinks he's number one. Whew.